Hey there, guys and girls. Part 2 of my Pine Tar Baseball playthrough tutorial, learn to play, whatever you want to call it. We're outdoors, so just be aware of that. There will be the elements that will interject their unique sounds. So just be aware of that. It's Sandy Koufax versus Doc Gooden, Dwight Gooden. This is a matchup for all to ponder in terms of who would have won, you know. So right now it is Koufax who's winning 2-0, and we're in the top of the fourth inning. It's going to be Tim Teufel and Keith Hernandez and Gary Carter. We roll 3d10. Well, actually, we roll 2d10. I'm going to roll a red and white. We're going to read the red first and then the white. And we're going to look right on the card. So it's a really easy game to learn and to play, and it's very affordable. And reach out to berglund.kurt at, I believe it's Yahoo, but double check that with me. Just ask me in the stream and in the video, and I'll respond. I'll put it in there. All right, so you can get these sets for like $12, and they're beautiful. The cards are really nice, and they print up and cut very easily. I've gotten better and better at doing that. I like lines, but this gives me enough of a differentiation with the color, the card color, and then the white border. I gotta put a little spray on, mosquito spray on. All right, let's get started. Let's roll some dice and let's look at how you play this game. It is so easy to play. It's a 61, so we're going to look at Teufel against a lefty, and a 61 will be a ground ball to third base, bounce to third, backhanded by, who's over there, Kennedy. Long throw to first, and in time. Nice stretch by the first baseman, Wes Parker, one down. Keith Hernandez, he comes up to the box. He bats from the left side. He's a announcer for the New York Mets. That's a 75, so against a lefty versus left-handed pitcher, a 75 is going to be, again, he goes the opposite way and bounces one into the hole, but it's a third baseman who cuts in front of the shortstop. And Kennedy picks it up and throws out Hernandez. So 2 outs, and here's Gary Carter. And that's a 51, and a 51 on Carter's card will be a bouncer to first in the hole, but it's the first baseman who steps up, picks it up, flips to the pitcher covering, 3-1, and that retires the side. So no runs, no hits. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning. We're back. It's the bottom of the fourth inning, and it's going to be Roseboro leading off. I got that little arrow. I started to do that lately because I saw it in somebody else's scorecard just to mix things up. Dwight Gooden is on the mound, and he's a righty, so we'll be looking on the right side of the batter's card. John Roseboro, the catcher's up. Roseboro grounded out to third base in his first at bat. We're rolling 2d10. We're reading the red first. It's a 73, so against a right-handed pitcher, a 73. And of course, we have to look 55 with an asterisk. I don't know what that means. I have to learn that. But I'm not going to worry about that because I'm learning this game. 55 and 77. So we roll a 73. And a 73 is going to be a fly ball to right for out number 1. So John Roseboro flies out to the right fielder. Who's out there? Strawberry. Ron Fairley's up next. Plays right field, center field, first base. He bats left, throws left. Very nice cards, very easy to read. That's why one of the nice bold font. I really like that. Doesn't look like an eye chart. So let's do it. Again, we're looking for the 55 and 77 because on Gooden that will be a strikeout. And it's a 34. So we're going to look at Fairley against a righty. A 34 will be a base on balls. So first base is empty, but Gooden is a C pitcher, so it's an automatic walk. So Fairley is on with a base on balls. And next up is Jim Lefevre. He bats both, so he'll be batting from the left side against Gooden. Not that that matters in this game. Jim Lefevre plays second base. and that's going to be a 60, and a 60 against a righty. And if it's multiples of 5 up to 50, you would check the modifier, but at 60 you don't. And it's going to be a ground ball to the pitcher, but we do have to check now to see. And we're going to just use that 0 on a ground ball back to the pitcher. Right there, 0 to 1 will be a runner on first. Wait a second. Ground ball to the pitcher. 0-6 will be a ground ball double play. That's simple. So right back to Gooden, goes to second for 1. Santana over to Hernandez, and that retires the side. So it's a 1-6-3 double play. And we go to the top of the 5th inning. Who's it going to be? It's going to be Strawberry, Wilson, and Knight. Hey, remember I'm outdoors on this one, and I'm in the top of the 5th doing a learn to play Pine Tar baseball. This is a great game. You can get all these great teams, and he's got a ton of great teams, and that's Berglund, Kurt, and you can check out his YouTube channel as well. He'll give you the information. You can reach out to me, and I'll share it with you as well about how to get these cards. Beautiful cards, easy to read, well researched, and if you know him, you know that he does good work. He really enjoys the hobby. He really enjoys the sport, so he gets into it. It's going to be Darryl Strawberry leading off the top of the 5th inning, and we roll the 2d10, reading the red first, and that's going to be an 11. Usually that's a pretty low number, so it's going to be a hit. We're looking at the left side because it's against a left-handed pitcher. And the 11 will be a bouncer up the middle and gets into center field for a base hit. So Strawberry's on with a single. And I just do this line like that. I do these a lot of different ways. So Strawberry is on. Now, he's an A base stealer, so I could actually run. And I don't do anything complicated, so I know that his base stealing chances is 69, so I'm going to try to steal second here. I have to roll less than a 69, and I do, so he's going to steal second. So Strawberry singles, then steals second, and here comes Mookie Wilson. Sandy Koufax versus Mookie Wilson. That's a 98. Wow. A 98 is going to be a potential line-out error check. Potential line-out error check, so we're going to have to roll 3 dice and look at the error check position results chart, if you will. And I think that's over here. So we're going to roll 3 dice, and that's going to be a 97, which will be the right fielder. And the right fielder is, who's out there? That is Fairley, Ron Fairley. I don't know what his rating is. His defensive rating is an EC4. So it is a 4, so I believe it's going to be an error now. Ron Fairley's EC4 rating is, okay, I guess it's in right field. So it's going to be an error on the right fielder, and I'm going to just make it a 1 base error because, again, I'm learning this game. I'm not going to kill myself, and so I'm just going to make it a 1 base error, and that's going to allow Strawberry to move to third, and reaching first base is going to be Wilson. So we got first and third, and it's going to be Ray Knight coming up. So the Mets got something going here in the top of the 5th inning. All right, we got a pretty good situation here. Runners on first and third. Ron Fairley committed an error on a ball that was flied out to right field. And Strawberry began the inning with a single and then a stolen base. We got runners on first and third, and it's Ray Knight against Sandy Koufax. So again, we're just going to stick to our rolling our 2 dice and just roll that extra blue one whenever we need it. It's a 53. So again, Koufax's 55 to 60 is an automatic strikeout. So a 53 against a lefty will be a ground ball second base. Now the infield is back, and we're going to see here with runner on first, a ground ball. We're going to use that 3. It's the second base, and it's going to be a 4-6-3 double play. A run will score on that, but they turn it, and it goes Lefevre to Wills, back to Wes Parker, who scoops it out of the dirt. 4-6-3, and a run scores. So it's 2-1 now. Dodgers. 65 Dodgers versus the 86 Mets. Remember to like and subscribe our video. Hope you're enjoying this presentation of Pine Tar Baseball. It's going to be Rafael Santana now. And here's Koufax. Nobody's on. 1 run in here in the top of the 5th. 2-1 to score. It's a 33. And the 33 versus a lefty will be a potential error. So we're going to do re-roll. We're going to roll, and then we're going to look at that chart again, right? And let's see what it tells us. And we've got a 23. 23 is going to be a first baseman error. 23 is a first baseman error with a 0. So this may be a second error, but Parker doesn't commit very many errors. Let's see what he's rated. Fairly Roseboro, let's see. Got a lot of stuff going on here. Let's see if we can find Wes Parker. And for some reason I can't find Wes Parker. Let's see why not. Ah, there he is. And he is rated a 1, and we rolled a 0, so that's going to be below the 1. I think that's below the 1, or is that a 10? So let's see. See if it gives us any idea. No, I think that's a 10, right? So it starts at a 1 and then it goes all the way up to 10. Oh wait, 0 to 3. Yeah, no, 0 to 3 is at the bottom. It goes up to 99. So I guess the 0 is below the 1, so that's going to be an error. I'm going to give Parker an error, and that is the second error committed by the Dodgers in this inning, which is highly unusual because they got a really good defense. And here comes Doc Gooden. Doc Gooden's card is right down here with 2 outs, runner on first. And it's a 44. And a 44 should be a strikeout, I imagine. A little wind, you know, we're outdoors, so a little wind kicked up. And a 44 will be a grounder short. And the shortstop, Wills, will go to second for the force, and that will retire the side. But the Mets pick up a run on a hit, a stolen base, and a couple of errors. And we move to the bottom of the 5th, and the score's 2-1. Here we are back. It's the bottom of the 6th. Top of the 6th, it was back-to-back strikeouts of Dykstra and Tuffle by Koufax and Hernandez flyout. And now we are in the bottom of the 6th inning. And it's going to be Willie Davis. It's a 78 against a righty. So 78 against a righty is going to be a flat right fielder. Is Strawberry, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Next is Lou Johnson, the left fielder. That's a 74. And we're looking for a 77 or a 55. 74 is, again, a fly out. And this is to right center. Both the center fielder Dykstra and Strawberry come together, and it's Strawberry. So back-to-back flyouts to the right fielder Strawberry. All right. She's stressed, so she's eating a box right now. So you'll hear that a little bit in the background. It's a 48 Roseboro against Gooden of 48 will be a bouncer to second. Second baseman Tuffle up with it, and that retires the side. We go to the top of the 7th, and the score is 2-1 Dodgers. So this is a fun game, very easy to learn game, and again, I'm modeling how I play a new game when I first get it. Now, I have played this, full disclosure, I have played this game before, and I have read through it a little bit, and it's not a totally brand new game, but it's just as if it were, because I don't remember what I did 6 months ago, 7 months ago in terms of this game. So I'm having to learn a lot of things again. It's going to be Ray Knight leading off here against Sandy Koufax. It's a 79 against Ray Knight. I got to remember that 55 to 60 will be a strikeout, and a 77 as well. A 79 against a lefty will be a ball that's hit hard, and backing up is the center fielder. Who is that? Davis, Willie Davis, and he makes the catch for out number 1. So I do a lot. I input a lot of data into iScore. I input a lot of data into Replay PC Game, but I'll also sometimes like to go old school. I don't use a pencil because I can't really see it that well, but I do use a pen. It's a 51, and a 51 again is not within that 55. A 51 against a lefty will be a hard hit ground ball up the middle, and out of nowhere comes the second baseman Lefevre, sets his feet, throws it first, and just in time to get Santana. So 2 out here in the top of the 8th inning, and it's Dwight Gooden. Actually, you know what? We are going to pinch hit for Gooden. And we're going to bring in Howard Johnson to pinch hit. He's got good power. So let's, I'll show you how I do that. Do a squiggly line. Hojo. Pinch hitter. And that's it. Here goes. Hojo. And that's going to be a 25 against a lefty, and a 25 will be ball 4. Oh, actually, that falls in a 5, so we're going to check. We're going to check the chart on that. So a base on balls. And we're going to go, and there's not going to be a change there. I go right up. It would have to be A+, because he's an A+ now, so it's a base on balls. All right. And I know Kurt will watch this, and he'll tell me, oh, man, you messed up. So Hojo walks. That puts a runner on first base for... Who's up next? Top of the order is up next for Lenny Dykstra. Nails, right? I write stuff on these cards. They're PDFs. I can... All right, so 2 out, 1 on. Hojo has his lead. He's got good speed. We could actually try to steal with Hojo. He is a base stealer opportunity is a C, and a C it says 2 points. Wait, that costs 2 points. So you get 4 points, I believe. I think I used 1 already. So 6th inning or wait, he's an A. So anytime, twice per series. And he uses up 1 point. It's interesting to use points on stolen bases. It's interesting, and that's a cool thing about trying out new games. You get a chance to kind of involve yourself in these different approaches that are created by the designers. I like that. So let's see. Hojo is pretty good base stealer. He has an 89 stolen base chance. So we're gonna roll here, and that's a 62. So there he goes. The throw down not in time. So Hojo steals second base now. Mets had good base runners and had a few players with a lot of stolen bases. So tying run is on at second against Koufax. And that's going to be a 0-0. That's trouble. I think Dykstra is going to drive one. He does not have power. So Koufax really lucked out here because he has his power versus right-handed pitchers, not versus left-handed pitchers. But it's going to be a drive nonetheless, and it's going to be over the center fielder's head. It's going to bang off the base of the wall. Scoring is Hojo. Game is now tied. And in its second base, ahead of the throw with an RBI 2-out double, is Lenny Nails Dykstra. So Koufax, they've finally got to Koufax here in the top of the 8th inning. It's going to be Tim Tuffle. And that is a 55. And a 55 will be a strikeout because on Koufax's card it says 55. And we move to the bottom of the 8th inning. It's Maury Wills. A new pitcher for the Mets is Doug Sisk. He's a base on balls 55 and 77, so he runs a little bit. He has a wild streak. And he's going to be an E when he's away. Whatever that means, that'll play a role here on the pitcher modifier table. Let's do it. Here's the pitch, and that's going to be a 44. He is a right-hander, so we're going to look on the right side, and that is going to be hit hard down the line, and the first baseman comes up with it. Hernandez with a nice play. One down. Next is Wes Parker. That's a 37, and a 37 will be strike 3. And Parker swings and misses at a Sisk fastball. And with 2 outs, it's Willie Davis. The game is tied at 2 apiece. Big RBI double by Lenny Dykstra in the top of the 8th inning against Sandy Koufax. That's a 0-9, and that is going to be line base hit to right. Cut off in the corner by Strawberry, and Willie Davis is on there with a single. 2-out single for Willie Davis. And Davis, I believe, can steal as well. He is a stolen base at any time. So we're going to go 72. I don't overuse it, so I don't worry about it. And there he goes, and the throw down from Carter, not in time. So it's a stolen base for Willie Davis. So we have the go-ahead run in scoring position. Here comes Lou Johnson. Lou Johnson about a 259. So Sisk. Let's get that in there, and I actually put Sisk pitching on top, so let's get rid of that real quick. No reasons to have that there. There we go. All right, Lou Johnson, let's do it. And it's going to be a 0-3. That's going to be a drive against a right-handed pitcher way back. Back goes left fielder. Who's out there? Wilson to the track, to the wall, looks up, out of here. 2-run shot. Two RBIs. And the Dodgers here against Sisk have taken a 4-2 lead. And here with 2 outs is John Roseboro. So that was a 2-out rally, a single stolen base, and a 2-run homer by Lou Johnson, and a 66. Nothing there. A 66 versus a righty will be a hard hit ball to third base, picked up by a third baseman, and throws out Roseboro. That will end the inning. So the Dodgers, the 65 Dodgers, pick up 2 runs on a 2-run home run by Lou Johnson. And we go to the top of the 9th, so it's last licks for the Mets, and it's Sandy Koufax going all the way. Sandy Koufax at home is an A+ going all the way. And he can go 8 complete innings. He's gone 8 already. Unless, of course, he's pitching a shutout, which he is not. So I'm not sure of the modifier. I'd like to let him continue. But you know what? Since I don't know, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to bring in a pitcher here, a closer. See if I can. The nice thing about this game, it tells you who the closer is. So let's move all the regular players. So let's see. Catcher, another catcher. Trzaskowski. All right. Bob Miller. Let's see if they have a closer. I think these guys are relievers. This guy's a starter. This guy's a starter. This guy's a reliever. A reliever. Starter. And starter. And starter. And I believe the C means he's my closer. I believe that's C. Oh, do I have 2 closers? I believe the C means that he's their closers. So he's a lefty. I got 2 lefties that are closers. I'm gonna bring in Peranowski because I remember he was one of the key players for this team at that era. So whatever it is, I'm just gonna bring Peranowski in there. To close out the game, he needs to get 2 out of 3 lefties here. Hernandez, Carter, and then Strawberry. Let's see See what happens. It's 4-2, 65 Dodgers versus the 86 Mets. That's going to be a 22, and a 22 versus a lefty will be. Oh, let's do that. Let's write all this in real quick. All right, a 22 against a lefty will be a base hit. Rips one to left center field. And the tying run is at the plate now with Gary Carter. He's got good power. Against Peranowski, yeah, he particularly has really good power against lefties. And he hits well. He against lefties as well. Here's a pitch to Gary Carter with one on and nobody out in the top of the ninth inning. That's a 21, and 21 is going to be a hard hit ground ball and through past the diving shortstop, Maury Wills. And it's going to be a single, and we're going to hold up and advance only one base here since we are down by 2. Darryl Strawberry's up next. That's a 56, and nope, does not fall on anything there. So the 56 against a lefty is going to be a strikeout. So Strawberry swings and misses, swinging for the fences. Wanted to give the Mets the lead with one swing of the bat. So Peranowski strikes out, reaches back for a little extra, and blows a fastball at 120 miles an hour past the flailing Strawberry here. 1 out, top of the ninth, 2 on. Here's Mookie Wilson, and that's going to be a 0-5. And against a lefty, that's going to be a base hit. Let's see who is Hernandez. Let's look at his speed and then look at base advancement. Hernandez is, base runner S. So he is S, so he can only move up 1 base. That's fine. I'm okay with that. So the tying run now is at second base in scoring position. Now Carter is slow, so we're going to bring out a fast player. Let's see. So fast is going to get 2 bases, so we're going to find a fast base runner fast. Wally Backman should be fast. He's medium. Okay, but wait, medium. He may be okay. Let's see if I can find somebody who's fast for me to do some pinch running. Darling, they used him for pinch runner a lot, so he should be a medium. I'll change that. I'll change that. But it may be just for run scores, so it doesn't matter. Doesn't make a difference. Another slow player, slow player, slow player. And these are medium players. Mazzilli and slow player Ed Hearn. Elster is slow. Okay, so we're going to bring in Wally Backman to pinch run at second base. It's tough because that is Keith Hernandez, but you know what? No, at second it's Gary Carter, so we're fine with that. So we're going to pinch run with Backman. All right, and he comes in here to pinch run, so we got a pinch runner there. There's no one right way to make these symbols here. I'm just circling it so I can remember. All right, so Wilson singles. Peranowski has got the bases loaded with only 1 out. And he's the one who's in there. We're not pulling him right now. So the Mets have the tying run at second. The go-ahead run at first base here in the speedy Mookie Wilson in the top of the 9th inning. And here's a pitch to Ray Knight. And that's going to be a 25. Now, that's a multiple of 5. Peranowski at home is an A+. So it's going to be a 25 is going to be a single. And we're going to go to this modifier table. A single, and we're going to look for an A+, and that becomes a strikeout. So the single, so Peranowski turns the single into a strikeout. How simple, but how very realistic. You know, this is something so beautifully done. So it's going to be a K, 2 out now. And next up is Rafael Santana. with the bases loaded. And we could pinch hit for Santana. I think we got, you know what? We're going to bring somebody like a Kevin Mitchell. I think Kevin Mitchell could make a huge difference here. I have a good feeling that he's going to come in and he's going to get a hold of one and drive it. Kevin Mitchell is going to be called upon to replace Santana here with the bases loaded, 2 outs in the top of the 9th inning. Now, can you get any more exciting than this? Isn't this why we roll tabletop baseball games? All right, let's do it. Baranowski checks in with Roseboro for the sign. It's the 65 Dodgers versus the 86 Mets in this fantasy game. And that's going to be a 47. And a 47 against a lefty will be strike 3, and the ball game is over. But the Mets made it exciting at the end. They load the bases with 3 singles, no runs, 3 hits. And the final score, it's going to be 4-2 Dodgers. So I got a great little game out of learning how to play this game. Again, if you watch my video on how to learn a new game or shortcuts to learning a new game, you can check that out. That's a lot of fun to do because you'll get all the little tips that I use when I learn a new game, and when I play a game that I may have known, but I haven't played it in a while, so I forgot some stuff. You know, I'm not going to freak out. You know, I'm going to just adjust it. You'll never catch me replaying a game. Like, if I make a mistake somewhere in a game, I'll go back and just adjust it. You know, like, the last thing that happened to me that was kind of strange was that I left an inning with only 2 outs. It was a pretty crazy inning, hectic. A lot was going on. And I believe I ended the inning with only 2 outs. So I went, you know, I turned the basically the last hit or whatever it was, the previous hit into a line drive out, or I made the last out. If there were runners on base, I made it into a double play. So I simplified it and I moved on. I never thought about it again. And I feel perfectly fine with it. I was able to sleep. I was able to eat. I was able to, you know, didn't have to go to any psychotherapy for any meds or anything. I was able to survive it. And ultimately, that's what I do. So if there is a mistake, I just move on. I learn from it, and that's how I do it. So great little game. I had a blast. Pine Tar Baseball. I'm going to keep on playing. I'm going to find a different couple of teams. I'll print them out and cut them out. I think I have a bunch of them printed, and I'll just kind of put some games together and just play a little bit of this game. I think it's really nice. It's got a really great chart. It's really easy to play. I know Al Red Sox fan plays this a lot. Kurt Berglund plays this a lot. It's a fun game. Definitely, it's super duper cheap to support, you know, all the designers who are thinking up all these numbers for us so we can have a fun game. It would have been more fun had the Mets basically stroked a double here, bases clearing double. So I will definitely complain to the designer about that. But what happened, Baranowski came back and he struck out the side. That's disappointing for the 86 Mets. So it's Koufax really gets the best of the Mets here. Mets really struggled getting anything going, getting their offense going against such an amazing pitcher. Although really the modifiers didn't play a big role until the end. You saw how huge that modifier was at the end there. It was a walk that got turned into I believe it was a walk or a single that got turned into a strikeout. I don't know. I think it was I'm not sure what it was. It was a walk or a hit that got turned into a strikeout. And that was great the way they did that. So this really chart, once you understand how to use this modifier chart, you just look at the bottom here for the result, and then you kind of scroll your way, you kind of move your way up, and you find the letter, right? The letter of the pitcher. And then when you find it, you look to the side, and then it'll tell you what the new result was. So the better pitchers are going to turn, you know, things like this into outs, into strikeouts. And so for the worst pitchers, obviously their letter won't be there. So that's about it. This is Tony Porter, Cards and Dice TV. I hope you enjoyed our presentation of Pine Tar Baseball. Remember to like and subscribe. And remember to watch for our other videos. And hit that little bell. And enjoy your gaming. And be careful. Protect yourself against the virus. It's still out there. They're talking about a few different variants. The Delta, the Lambada. And so if you can find a nice Brazilian girl to dance the lambada with, that's good too. Take care, guys.